Let's see here. Let me go ahead and up this area. There we go. Let's stop the screen share for a minute. Right. Go ahead and widen this out. Make sure this is going on live here. All right, everyone. This is the Tennessee. This is the Chattanooga Weather Desk tracker. I'm Steve from Facebook, of course, and I have a lot to show you on these in these next few minutes that you're joining along with me. Sorry, I can't get much words out right now. I'm just very stunned at all the updates that I've heard today of all the tracks that I'm hearing, and it's just been a mess for a lot of areas today. So um, I'm going to go ahead and give everybody time to come into the broadcast as I'm currently fixing to show you the latest of what to expect tonight across Chattanooga, Tennessee, and the Northwest Georgia area. Now, for those of you that are joining along, what we have going on at this time is we have a lot of weather that's going on within the region, and what the start of it was a very good cold air setup that was just increasing uh, pretty large within the last couple of weeks. And now that that has increased, we've seen a low pressure area that developed over the Gulf waters and moved across Texas, and then that low continued to evolve as it moved more northeast, and now we're dealing with this low in the form of winter weather for some and a lot of rain for some as well. Now, alongside of the low, we have two separate air masses. One is the one is the very warm air mass that remains over parts of southeast Tennessee, and the other one is the very cold air mass that remains well above the Chattanooga, Hamilton County area on up into Knoxville and surrounding areas where there's a lot of freezing rain that's been reported. Man, today was shortly active and still is for quite a few areas. And so, with that being said, I want to go ahead and get this thing started and show you what to expect the rest of the evening and into the nighttime hours. First of all, got quite a few reports regarding the winter weather situation. Let me go ahead and kind of pop up some pictures for you and give a little credit to guys to my faithful viewers who had sent these. And let me go ahead and go into this one. This one here is a picture from Angela Strunk. Her name is Arlene, excuse me, not Angela, Arlene Cleveland Strunk. Please forgive me of that, Arlene. As right now there you see a little bit of ice sickles hanging off of an antenna. Looks like a TV antenna, if you will. And as you can see, it's pretty good long extension of ice there. I would say a little bit more around 10 to 11, about maybe around 10 to anywhere around from 10 to 16 inches on this long antenna. And as you can see here, you'll see not only the icicles, but you also see the ice that is the glaze that is actually touching that antenna. So I just want to say thank you there, Arlene, for sending that in. This was sent earlier, about 1 hour ago, and an amazing picture there, and hopefully no wrecks or anything like that. But there you can see the freezing rain. Now, just to give you some information about what freezing rain is, a lot of people has asked me the simple question of what freezing rain truly is. Freezing rain, folks, is rain that freezes as it hits the ground. It freezes upon contact, where it falls through the air as nothing but rain, the the lower levels that is cold enough around the atmosphere, all that starts changing to freezing rain. And so we're seeing a lot of that within south parts of the northern plateau area and also northern parts of middle Tennessee. So looks like that is the case. Some freezing rain, a little bit of sleet mixed in with that, and possibly as we move later into tonight, some of that could actually change into a little bit of snow. Another picture I want to show you, if I can get it here. I did receive one update of freezing rain. Let me just try to go on my messenger here and pull this down. And I'm getting a lot of messages here. This is coming in from, let me see if I can get that out yet. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Well, thought that about a minute. Let me go ahead and go into my home track center here. Let's see. It's going to take a few minutes. I'll try to get this going. All right. Please forgive the slowness of this computer. I would say most likely being affected by the weather. Okay. Okay, let me see what other pictures we have here. I was sent a few other pictures a few minutes ago and trying to find that right now. All right, we're going to go ahead and open up these comments here. All right, yes. Here's a picture from Danny McAllister. This is from Cleveland, a little bit more better view of the freezing rain that fell in the Cleveland area. You can see probably a half inch, 3/4 to a half inch of freezing rain on the trees. And it looks like that a real nice area, a real nice widespread area of glaze there. And beautiful shot coming from Danny McAllister out of Cleveland. So special thanks, Danny, for that shot. And for those who also sent other shots, special thanks to you as well. But again, those are some updated pictures. And Charles Croson sent one that was coming out of North Carolina. We'll look at that one in just a few minutes. But this one that I'm fixing to show you is from Matt Curson. And he reports that this is just ice. It's not snow, it's ice. It looks like snow, as you can see, kind of resembles snow, doesn't it? You got that white glaze covering. And then of course you've got all this on the trees. So afar from this picture would look like snow when it is actually ice. So thank you, Matt, for sharing that picture. And folks, I appreciate your efforts and information coming into the Chattanooga Weather Desk as currently trying to track the latest on this winter weather system. All right, now going to go ahead and switch categories. Let's go ahead and go into the latest information on the latest radar. And this is the latest radar that I'm getting right now from the National Weather Service radar. And let me see if I can refresh this and kind of update it a little bit. Again, that low has moved on in, but notice what's going on right now. It's that warm nose is trying to lift all the colder air more north, but as it does so, it really kind of squeezes in. But what I'm really concerned about is the very back side of this system. For all the snow lovers out there, looks like we could either see a trace of snow or possibly as much as anywhere from a trace to about maybe 1 inch or so. Now, this is why I'm thinking this. Look at the very short wave right here. This is the back side of the front. As you can see, really nothing in behind this front. Even if you look west, you'll see that Arkansas is clear, Oklahoma is clear, Texas is clear, Kansas is clear, other than a few showers moving southeast over central Kansas. Really not a whole lot going on within the Kansas area, nor within the Oklahoma area. Now, there is another system that's kind of moving through here, and it looks like there's producing some snow showers within that area, but not going to worry about that, as that will not have an effect on us at all. But now what I'm really watching at this time is, you can see here that we got a lot of snow and a lot of freezing rain, and some of it really in the form of rain. And I would say anywhere from Chattanooga all the way on up into Blount County here, Monroe County, all this that you're seeing me point to, this is in the form of nothing but rain. Why? Take a look at how strong the warm nose is. Now, the warm air advection aloft is even so strong that it's starting to put down some thunderstorms. As a matter of fact, if you look at this small line right here, there's a small little squall line, either with some heavy rainfall, some gusty winds, or possibly with some small hail. And this is moving into parts of Atlanta, Georgia, and even a couple of areas of interest here for maybe some small hail within this sector. So not only do we have sleet, freezing rain, or rain, but we also have thunderstorms in a few pockets here. As we zoom on and look at some lightning data, I really want to see if this is really thunderstorms or if I'm just seeing things. And the only way to tell that is by lightning data. And as you can see here, lightning data really not showing anything that's in form of thunderstorms. So probably what we have is probably some sleet pellets mixed in with that, as radar did kind of show some intensity, maybe it looking to be a thunderstorm or two that was moving through the Atlanta area. So that was really confusing me, um, more so to say. All right, I want to go to the next slide. Like I said, here's the latest radar. You see all the rain and snow mix anywhere around the Chattanooga, around the North Carolina area, South Carolina. All of that wraps around the mountains and moves through the Cumberland Plateau. And I do expect, as these temperatures continue to drop, if we can get some drop of those temperatures, we'll start seeing a little bit of a changeover to some snow or wintry mix here. But we also have this bottom portion of the system that's bottoming out and moving its way east-northeastward. So hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of wintry precipitation as we go later on into this evening and overnight hours. But as you can see right now, it's mostly kind of around the Cumberland Plateau, around northeast Tennessee, and then maybe some over the mountains, and that's all we're seeing right now. But still watching this close, as the system does appear to be moving its way east over the plateau and into the mountain valley areas. It does appear that we could see a bit more in the form of some freezing precipitation. But again, all that's going to be being monitored closely. Now, what I want to show you is the predictive radar and satellite, and this is kind of how things are really acting up right now. And this is just some new runs that started out this morning. We had all that snow across Kentucky. Notice how accurate that really is. This is coming from the NAM radar, and as you can see here, it showed a lot of snow that formed over parts of northeast Tennessee, West Virginia, Ohio, Illinois, Kentucky, and then again Indiana there. And notice as we play this radar now, if it was right on time today, let's look and see what it's looking like over the next few hours. And as I play this thing, really not a whole lot it's showing, honestly. Now there's what we're seeing now as far as the snow on up into the plateau and the freezing rain in the southern valley. Let's see what happens in the near future with that. Wow. Dry air moves in and pushes everything far east of that location. But I would think before we actually see the dry air push in and try to break things up a little bit, this is going near 10 p.m. Here it is around 7:23. So what this is saying is over the next few hours, temperatures are not going to get too cold enough to become as snow. So that's definitely a big change there. So snow lovers, I'm sorry, but as you can see as I try to click on this model is definitely showing that Chattanooga, Hamilton County, on up into parts of Knoxville is going to see nothing but freezing rain, maybe a little snow mix, maybe a little sleet mixed in. But notice kind of on the back side of that, we might see a bit of a wintry precipitation. But right now, all of it's going to push well off to the east as dry air is going to start coming in. And next thing you know, by probably Tuesday by 4 in the morning, our system's going to be well out of the way. Now, what I'm really concerned about is when I go to replay this back, the cold air that's going to be moving east southeast is going to be the one is going to be the factor to freeze some roads that are wet. However, with all this drier air that's moving on in, I would expect some of those roads um, to possibly not really turn at all, except the ones that are already ice covered. So many areas along the plateau and northern Tennessee, some parts of the Central Valley, back over to Middle Tennessee, looks like they're going to be seeing um, most of the ice covered roads. However, we may see a little bit of that as we go into the morning hours for um, Tuesday. All right, now let me go into the Radar Lab HD and let's kind of take an in-depth look and find out where most of our precipitation is located at. And as you can see, I'm going to click on the Nashville metro area radar. Let me go ahead and kind of exit out of there. Let's see what I want. We got radar with GPS. Let's click on this one right here and see what happens. All right, there we go. All right. Now, as I'm going to try to analyze the Huntsville, Alabama radar site, let me just kind of zoom on in here and show what's going on. It looks like it's more than an hour old, so may have to exit out of that one and kind of move to a newer radar version here. Yep. Okay. All right. Here's the latest reports, and again, they're looking at this being an hour old, so I may have to go to another location to find out what I can see as far as this winter weather goes. There's the latest advisory. There is a winter weather advisory until 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Hamilton County. A winter weather advisory in effect far east of that from Monroe County, Blount County, as well as winter weather advisory issued for Catoosa County, Chattooga, Dade, and Walker County under a winter weather advisory. Now, what this means is that there's still a chance that we could see some freezing rain and some snow, maybe some sleet before this precipitation ends. But as you've seen on the models, that may be disagreeable somewhat. But we'll keep an eye on it and keep you updated further. You know, you just don't want to take any chances with this storm system. Here's some old reports that was received earlier. And if I can go ahead and get, looks like we had some, this is from Brian Waldrop, 4 miles southeast of Woodbury, had reports of tree damage in progress, trees of all types, breaking a ½ inch of ice accumulation, and freezing rain continues as ice is continuing to bear down on a hard slush ground there. Okay, now this comes in from Dixie Alley Base Chasers. There's no report coming from those guys. Let's see here. Okay, let me try to switch to another radar site and see what I can maybe pick up. All right, yeah, that's an hour old there. So let me go into the Knoxville radar, Tri-Cities radar area here. All right, here we go. This is coming from the Tri-Cities radar. We got reports of 2 inches of snow over New Tazewell, and it looks like there's 2.5 inches of snow on up into Hawkins County. 3 inches of snow, this is reported by Public, up in the Gates City area, and then reported from Jason Campbell. A 911 call center reporting sleet over Johnson City. And then it looks like here in northeast Tennessee, 2 inches of snow was reported over in Mountain City of Johnson, Tennessee. And right here in the West Jefferson County area, and reports of 2 inches of snow. So freezing rain and snow threat continues anywhere across central Tennessee and the northeastern Tennessee Valley. And let me go ahead and look at some other radars here. Okay. Let's go to display options, shall we? All right, this is going to go and turn on the winter mask. And this is showing him, this radar will show you where the snow is, where the rain is. And if I can go ahead and get this up and running. There we go. Took a while. Okay, I already started a change over in Saudi Daisy. Starting to get a change of rain, freezing rain in the Saudi Daisy area. Looks like around the Chattanooga, looks like Spring City is getting some snow, freezing rain maybe, mixed in with some sleet there. And this is kind of anywhere between, well, you know, Saudi Daisy is around the 1,194 feet. And then, of course, on Chattanooga, we're 14,806 feet. And as you can see here, it does appear that there is still raining around the Chattanooga area. And then as you make your way on up into Saudi Daisy, some freezing rain, some sleet, and then back over here looks like some snow. Let me go ahead and try to play this a little bit here. Right. I want to try to go back here on Radar HD. All right, let's see. All right, once again, here's the latest radar. As you can see, we got a lot of snow. That's a lot of rain, freezing rain mix. And right now, as we look at the latest data layer or the overlay layers, let me see what I can do here. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the winter mask. And looks like this is going to fail me one more time, I would say. I'm trying to get this thing up and going. My computer has not been doing a really good job with this winter mask situation. Okay, once again, there you see where the main stuff is right now. Well, or you did see where the main stuff was. There you see where the main stuff is. We have a lot of freezing rain around the Athens area on up into Gatlinburg. This is where we are looking at the 32-degree line. Then, of course, all around through here, pretty well into the 20s and lower 30s. And as we look at the play here, as we try to play this out, okay, we're loading the radar data out right now. As you can see, all this rain and freezing rain and sleet mix is moving its way east. Let me see if I can kind of get this to play a little bit. Computer, please play the radar. Let's see if it'll listen to me. Okay. Ah, there we go. It's modifying the radar images right now. Give me the newer radar images. And it does look like there's some freezing rain through Andrews and Blue Ridge, right on up into the Gatlinburg area. And it looks like some snow going on into the portions of the valley. Okay. Now, one thing we ought to be careful here, temperatures that are not cold enough for snow, it's either going to be freezing rain, rain mix. And so not everything that you're seeing here is snow. And this is kind of looking from a super resolution standpoint of view. And if I can try to get this to play, which doesn't look like it's going to, still having some difficulties with this as I was trying to play it, but once again, it doesn't look like it's going to try to play that for me. So I guess what I'll do now is go ahead and switch courses here and take a look at the latest current temperatures map across Tennessee. Currently 37 degrees in Chattanooga, 21 degrees in Nashville, 34 in Morgan County, 32 on up in the Knoxville area, 30 degrees in Monroe County, and then 27 on up into Johnsonville, Tennessee, and currently 23 to 25 degrees in Memphis and Jackson, 21 degrees over in the Obion area. Dyersburg reporting 21. The high today so far in Chattanooga, 37 degrees, and our low, our state high today was 37 degrees. Our state low was 19. Our state average is at 24 degrees. I think I'll go back to the weathertap.com. There's a couple of things I would like to point out to you real quick. Okay. Looks like I have a new radar data, which is good. So let's go back to that radar data if we can and play what we got going on here. And again, this is the latest radar image. And as you can see here, we're starting to slowly see that back edge of the cold front creep its way through the Chattanooga area and northeast Tennessee. I do believe that we may see the rain slowly mix in with sleet or snow or possibly freezing rain, like I said, on the back side. But as the storm system moves its way eastward through the valley areas and through the mountain areas, I do expect to see a little bit more of accumulation there instead. So the system is lifting quickly off to the northeast, and notice that the drier air is starting to push its way a little bit more northward into southern middle Tennessee and then through central portions of the valley and around the Carolina area. So pretty little nasty system, and already some snow moving into southern portions of middle Tennessee, while it does appear that this system is pushing its way out of northeast Tennessee. But like I said, we could see a little bit of the wintry stuff as we go into tonight. Here's a look at current temperatures right now. This is another thing I would like to show you, the reason why we're seeing the rain instead of the snow. It's 37 degrees here in Chattanooga, so the temperatures have not cooled any at all for it to fall as a snow. So it's 37 downtown Chattanooga, 35. That was a temperature of about 30, 38 earlier was the temperature. And so now we're starting to see confirmation the temperature is falling in Giles County, Lawrenceburg there. 31 over in the northern Mississippi area, 24 in Memphis, and then 23 up in Dyers, Tennessee. So temperatures currently remaining the 20s and 30s, and anywhere across, I would say anywhere from 35 to the 37-degree mark. And down here is this very little warm air mass. What's happening is that warm air is pushing anywhere from Louisiana on up into the Tennessee Valley, as those warm waters are a very well related connection to the warm south, and so it looks like it's keeping Florida Nougat winter weather free as well as ice free. Most of the reports have either been in northern Hamilton County or maybe even around the southeast part of Hamilton County. Really not a hell lot going there. Take a look at the warmer temperatures down in Florida, 65 degrees, 68, 69, everybody in between 65 and 70, while it does appear some 50s and 60s over central, eastern, southeast Georgia there, 50s and 60s Alabama, and then those temperatures currently into the 30s across the rest of the Tennessee Valley. So that pretty well gives you an idea of why we're seeing the weather like we are right now. Okay, I want to go ahead and go to the National Weather Service for information and see what we got going on that's new. I'm sure they're going to tell you. I'm sure they're going to tell you some things, same things that I've actually told you. Parts of Kentucky's already been lifted off of the winter weather advisory, or the winter storm warning, if you will. Parts of the looks like Mississippi's been lifted out of that. Alabama's been lifted out of it. Let me go ahead and go into East Tennessee and see what's going on here. And as you can see here, a very important statement people need to realize: there is an ice storm warning anywhere across Sevier County to Knox County west. There's a winter storm warning over 24, so please be careful there. And currently we are under a winter weather advisory here in Chattanooga. Now here's some things that you really need to know. Dangerous travel conditions are expected tonight. Significant accumulations of ice, sleet, or snow combined with cold, sub-freezing temperatures will create widespread hazardous icy roadways late this evening and overnight. Untreated roads will become extremely treacherous overnight as snow and ice continues to accumulate and builds up. Those conditions could persist well into the upcoming work week due to the expected sub-freezing temperatures, even after the precipitation tapers off during the morning hours. So be aware of that. And once again, here's the latest radar update. Everything remains as rain across parts of Alabama and parts of Mississippi, while freezing rain and sleet continues over the Central Valley and continued snow over the northern plateau. And here's some ice storm safety tips. Never use the heat sources out indoors. Always keep them outside in dry, protected area, away from windows or air intakes, so that deadly exhaust fumes cannot enter living spaces. Also, stay inside and do not travel unless it's absolutely necessary. Roads could become slippery and hazardous as ice accumulates, causing vehicles to skid out of control, which can result in devastating car crashes. So be aware of that. If you're traveling tonight, you want some road numbers, please jot these down. Excuse me, you may need to jot these down some, as I'm going to give some road numbers away to you. And let me give you some road numbers here. All right, there we go. All right, once again, here's some road numbers for you. In the state of the Department of Transportation, it's 615-741-2848. State of North Carolina, it is 919-707-2660. In the state of Virginia, it is 1-800-367-7623. And in the state of Kentucky, it's 1-866-737 3767. That's your latest road conditions and call off maps. Okay, as we look at the latest winter weather advisory, there is a winter weather advisory for portions of Hamilton County, and this is through Tuesday morning. I do have a feeling that it will expire very shortly, though. So those of you that are related in the winter weather advisory area, please do be aware that this system is moving rather quickly east and therefore could expire any time. But let me go and get some updates going on here. Again, there is a winter weather advisory, and looking at the current temperature in Lakeside, it is currently 37 degrees. I did tell you that a few minutes ago. The National Weather Service saying tonight, look for snow, freezing rain, sleet, mainly before 1 a.m. We're already seeing that now. Look for the low down to 23. That's after the precipitation moves out. Chance of rain is 80%. Total ice accumulations 0.1 to 0.2 in some areas. Snow accumulations is going to be a half inch or less possible. So that's a look at your latest information from the Chattanooga Weather Desk. Sorry to disappoint everyone, but it doesn't look like we're going to see much of a snow at all. Maybe just a trace of snow to a few hundredths of an inch. However, it looks like that we're going to see conditions improving as we go later into the evening hours and possibly into the early overnight hours. Stay tuned to Chattanooga Weather Desk, and I will keep you updated of all the latest winter weather information. Thank you.